Yo, Facebook, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, and whatever you get your podcast needs from. It's your boy KC back again on this beautiful Wednesday night. Yes, I am a little earlier tonight. Got to do some things later on. But I am providing you with my weekly show here on YouTube and Facebook, as well as those podcasts I just mentioned. Tonight we'll be talking about the Super Bowl 56 this past weekend. Of course, they had a great halftime show. The game was great as well, just like the rest of the playoffs. Also, we're taking a look at NBA All Star Weekend. But before we get into all that, please like, share, comment on this video and all the videos I have, and also subscribe to Title Town TV on Facebook and YouTube, and also Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Let's get into it, man. This weekend, Sunday to be exact, Super Bowl 56 was played by the Rams and the Bengals. Um, the Rams defeated the Bengals 23-20. Great game. Pretty controversial. You had a bunch of missed calls, blown uh, penalties, stuff like that. Both teams played great. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the show, the playoffs altogether all had some solid, really solid games this year. Big ups to the NFL for giving us great content each and every weekend of the playoffs. Kind of had a down year for the Pro Bowl, but you know what I'm saying. I think the NFL can go and fix that things. But like I mentioned, the Rams defeated the Bengals 23-20. Um, this year's Super Bowl MVP was Cooper Cup. He had 8 catches for 92 yards and 2 touchdowns, and they actually caught the game winner uh, to seal the game for the Rams. Uh, Cup has probably had I wouldn't say the best season by wide receiver, but maybe the perfect season by wide receiver. Was Triple Crowner had the most catches, most receiving yards, and most touchdowns. Led the Rams to the playoffs. I mean to the Super Bowl, um, along with OBJ, Matthew Stafford, Cam Akers, and that great Rams defense led by Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald. But yeah, man, Cooper Cup has had one of those Jerry Rice type of seasons. He showed he can do it on the big stage. Obviously, Super Bowl MVP. Had done it in a regular season. With that being said, of course, it's gonna bring more and more people wanting to pay him more. Him and Matt Stafford, guys who play two positions that are really important for any offense, especially in the NFL with it being a passing league now. Um, One could wonder, like, could they eventually start a dynasty? Because I see this team been together for a while. Especially Matthew Stafford. Seems like he's very happy now he's out of Detroit. They have a young backfield. I think everybody's on a rookie deal. Um, Cooper Cup, Robert Woods coming back next season from a torn ACL. I know OBJ probably wants to be uh, in LA for the rest of his career. He already had a home out there before even being traded there. Being traded there by being picked up by the Rams. It's just one of just wonder like how could they continue to build on this team and somehow become a dynasty. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. Um, but yeah, man, let's just get into the game in general before we go that far. Um, the referee missed the call in the first quarter. T. Higgins offensive pass interference. He did yank Jalen Ramsey's helmet uh, before making the catch, and so they definitely missed that call. And then just some calls late in the game where what I'm saying the first 3 quarters they were just completely letting them play or whatever, allowing things to happen. In the fourth quarter come, they want to call everything. Like, come on, man, we got to find some balance. So hopefully, um, the NFL reviews this game and other games we've seen in the past and get the officiating going. I know possibly reviewing every play could slow down the game, but certain plays where for a fact some funny stuff has happened. You got to take a look at it. Got to maybe reviewing every penalty. Maybe that's the key to everything. Um, but yeah, and then for the Bengals, Joe Burrow and um, uh, Jamar Chase had a great game, as they always have. Him and T Higgins are a great one-two punch at receiver. Um, that defense was surprisingly good. I know they need some help in the backfield. In the back half of that defense, Eli Apple played terrible. Um, Von Bell is solid at safety, but could add some depth behind him. Um, Linebacker core much improved than what the last couple of years have shown. Um, D line with Trey Henderson coming over from the Saints was a great pickup. It's looking like yeah. So the Bengals got a good thing going. Long way from where they were, couple last year and a couple seasons ago. Um, but yeah, I posed a question. I know there's been a lot of talk about Aaron Donald possibly retiring. He's, I think, not even 30 yet. If he is, maybe his early 30s. Um, could he really retire? Like he's still in his prime, still one of the top, uh, probably the top defensive tackle in his position. Um, also, he's you know is possibly top five, top 10 player of all time, still, and still doing some getting better every season, putting up numbers that uh outside linebacker edge rusher should be putting up. Um, from the D tackle position. He's playing a position where he's supposed to be freeing up the linebackers so they can get tackles in the run game, allowing uh, the offensive line to double team you so the edge rushers um, could get sacks. But you doing with their job while doing your own job, freeing them up. So yeah, it's just crazy thinking he possibly retire. I mean, I don't know what he has going on in personal life, what he wants to do outside of football, but what I'm saying, I do respect his decision if he does hang it up. Yeah, he's only 30 years old, been in the league only 8 years. I can see him, playing at a high level for at least another four. But he's definitely, uh, you know, one of the best defenders all around in the league, and possibly ever. Has now won a Super Bowl multiple times, defensive player of the year. Has had 10 plus sacks each and every season, just about in his career. um, there's a lot of talks, also a lot of talks about Sean McVay possibly leaving this season. He hasn't closed that door on that possibility just yet. He did say at the parade that um, it could go either way, pretty much. And yeah, it's crazy to see a Super Bowl coach possibly leaving um, after his first Super Bowl. I would definitely, especially with a team like that, I would definitely try to make it into a dynasty. Um, Even if you don't win the Super Bowl next year, and make it to the game. That's still like you steady getting there over and over again, getting so close. That hunger would definitely drive me. If I was showing, but I know it's a business, so whatever team possibly uh, gets him as the head coach, I can see some teams firing their own coach they have right now that they're actually absolutely comfortable with and love, possibly um, possibly uh, firing their coach and hiring him instead. That's how good of a coach I think he is. Great offensive mind, really young. I think he's still in his 30s, not even 40 yet. So it definitely will be sad to see him leave them. Um, Three things the Rams need to do to repeat. We talked a little about it. I talked a little bit about it earlier. in the show. But definitely, just a second ago I talked about Aaron Donald uh, possibly retiring. If he doesn't retire, extend him, get whatever he wants, so he won't retire. Uh, like I mentioned, I see him having at least 4 more years or being productive defensive tackle from their position, and you get 4 more years out of Aaron Donald. That possibly is 4 more championships for the Rams. Um, him, Jalen Ramsey, Leonard Floyd, guys like that continue to build that defense up, um, and continue to play great football. Um, and that side of the ball. Um, Uh, for the offense, I would say choose between Robert Woods and OBJ, and trade whoever you don't choose. Robert Woods and OBJ both got injured this past season. Robert Woods was early in the season, in the middle of the season, the regular season, not the playoffs or the last game of the season like OBJ was. And I don't think he's ever had a torn ACL himself, Woods. So you might want to lean closer to him. And he's a little bit younger as well. But I think OBJ, the way he played coming over from the Browns after that dysfunction, show he still has it. And I'm pretty sure he would be motivated by a second ACL injury, especially on the same leg. I'm sure he'll come. He's gonna try to come back better than ever. Um, and whoever gets him gonna get a gem. Like, of course, he's not your number one receiver no more. You have Cup, and I think Robert Woods isn't on the same. Well, isn't on the same level as OBJ is, superstar wise, but definitely it has the play to show that he's able to be in this debate. Um, and also uh, maybe a little cheaper if you look at it, kind of OBJ. Give him another 1 year deal. Let's say he franchise goes off again after coming back from the ACL. What do you do? Do you give him another 3 years, 60 million, 50 million, whatever it is like that, or you continue to, what I'm saying, somewhat underpay a guy like Robert Woods, who's been consistent, who is not the injury prone, who is, definitely your number two. Great compliment to Cup, you know. But whoever you don't choose, like I said, trade him. Um, or release him whenever. I know OBJ he's on the last season, so I possibly don't resign him, but make that season a little easier. But I would definitely think about bringing him back if he is healthy. It's going to be healthy at least. Um, and then for the number three receiver spot, Van Joseph. He's a solid player. Didn't play that well in the Super Bowl, but I can see him developing as just a solid number three receiver for those guys. Um, Speaking of number three, I think they need to do the repeat, draft or sign Andrew Whitworth replacement. Great left tackle, has been playing the game for a long time now. Turning gray, so at any minute he could possibly retire. If his play continues to decline, which it hasn't that much, but another year, he could possibly be even going to definitely be even older. So definitely draft Whitworth's replacement. Matthew Stafford has a long history of injuries, so uh, bad play from a veteran like Andrew Whitworth or um, whoever playing O line for y'all next year, you know, could definitely derail that dynasty by taking out Matthew Stafford, um, a guy who's like I mentioned before, but very injury prone in his career. So protecting him is definitely should be number one on their list. Um, Three things for the Bengals to do to repeat as Super Bowl contenders. Draft an O line in the first round. I don't care who you sign. I don't care who you trade for. Still draft a guy. You never can have too many offensive linemen. Joey B has shown what he has done without an O line. Just imagine what he could do with a offensive line, a great O line to protect him. Um, um, had a lot of chances to throw to some open guys, but didn't get a chance to because he was scrambling around, being rushed, you know what I'm saying, being sacked, being taken down, whatever. Um, so yeah, I think late in the fourth, when it was going back and forth with the Bengals, meaning with the Rams, he had a shot to take for Jamar Chase, and he wasn't able to get it because he was being brought to the ground. He was being rushed. So yeah, drafting a offensive lineman in this year's draft definitely should be on the priority list. I have a mock draft up. I had them last week drafting Trevor Penning. I'm gonna look at some things and bring out our draft tomorrow, um, and we'll see. We'll see who's right there. Right now, it's Trevor Penning for Northern Iowa, but some O line are starting to get a lot of love after the Senior Bowl, and obviously seeing what the Bengals hadn't didn't do. I know there was a lot of talk. Was it drafting? They should have drafted Panay Sewell over Jamar Chase or trading down for Rashawn Slater, but But I think going with Chase is definitely the right pick. It needed an explosive playmaker. I know T. Higgins is one of those too, but he's more of your classic old school, position receiver, guys like that. And Tyler Boyd is more of a slot guy. So drafting Chase was definitely the choice. It was 3 points away from tying the game, 4 points to win it. So and Joe Burrow's second season, first full season. So drafting O line is definitely a need. But like I mentioned, Trevor Penning is definitely could possibly be there at 31. A guy like Zion Johnson out of Boston College should be there. Can play some guard. I'm not sure how y'all feel about Jonah Williams just yet. As well as Jackson Cartman, who they drafted last year out of Clemson. Uh, Yet, so maybe drafting a guard could be a possibility. I know Zion worked a little bit at the Senior Bowl to play center, so he's trying to get a little burst so he can climb into that first round range. So getting him at 31 would not be a reach. Let's see who else could be there after those top guys are gone. Um, Darian Kennard, he's more of a second rounder than me out of Kentucky. Plays some right tackle, so he could probably do that for them as well. But could be a great guard. Trading up for a guy who might go mid first round, 20s, King Green, who has some experience at tackle, but has played his best ball in college at guard. Some believe he could be a great guard. Um, so one of those three guys, 3, 4 guys I just mentioned. Uh, so let me know what y'all think in the comments. Who they could possibly draft at 31. Um, and then also they need to sign a trade for another corner. William Jackson's played great for them, but Eli Apple, all talk. It's time for him to go, man. He has bounced around the league for a reason. He's not that great, but he runs the heck out of his mouth, man. If you can't back it up, don't worry about it, man. Cup and OBJ before he got hurt made him look foolish in the Super Bowl. Number three, I have continued to add to the pass rush. Geno Atkins getting older. Uh, Henderson, who just came over from the Saints, can't do it by himself. Like I mentioned before, they struggling on the back end. Von Bell and William Jackson are definitely doing their best to hold it down in the back on the back end for them. So add to their pass rush, make it easy for those guys back there. Um, but yeah, man, those were the was my Super Bowl review, as well as things they could do going forward. Oh, of course, I got to address the halftime show. Um, of course, it's a sports show, but it did happen at the Super Bowl. But Mary J. Blige killed it. Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, All Star, Snoop Dogg, All Star cast of LA's finest, as well as other rappers we enjoy. in the '90s, in the mid 2000s, and even now. Some of us do. Eminem still putting out good music. 50 Cent, has the hottest show streaming right now. Power, Force, as well as Ghost Book. I mean, Book Ghost and Kanan Saga, all that. So big up to all them guys. There's been a lot of talk about uh, 50 Cent's weight. I mean, of course, man, he's getting older. It is what it is. He probably looks better than I do to some other people. You know what I'm saying? So hey, it is what it is. Dr. Dre had a good performance. I loved his um, piano sound. He still got it. Still one of the hottest producers. That was one of the things I did notice about the halftime show was him actually on the board, producing the song as they go. Like that was dope to see, man. I always admire him as a producer. Mary J. Blige did her thing, dancing, singing wise. She did her thing. Snoop Dogg uh, is definitely the OG. Uh, that it's a lot of us young guys look up to. Even in the sports world, like he's in the Wrestling Hall of Fame. It's the uncle of Sasha Banks. Also is a advocate for football. I think he had a little league football team years ago. Possibly still do. Can hoop a little bit from what I heard. So still kind of a sports figure. Eminem, great to see him back. I guess you could say on the scene. But yeah, man, Super Bowl halftime show probably one of the best. Um, All Star Weekend prediction. Yes, the NBA is hosting again like every year. All Star Weekend has a loaded lineup for us this weekend. I'm gonna go through and uh, predict the winners from Saturday and Sunday's game events. But yeah, of course, Friday they have the celebrity game, the Rising Stars Challenge. Um, Saturday they have the NBA HBCU Classic uh, at 2 o'clock. It's going to be huge for the HBCU community. All those colleges that will be represented in that game. Um, and of course, All Star Saturday night. You got the Skills Challenge this year. We got Team Cavs, uh, Team Antetokounmpo, and Team Rookies this year. So yeah, that would be my. That's where I'm gonna start at. For me, I have winning the skills challenge. I have Team Cavs, but each team, Team Rookies is represented by uh, Toronto Raptors forward Scotty Barnes, Kay Cunningham from Detroit Pistons, and Josh Giddey from the OKC Thunder. Are the team rookies. Team Cavs is their center Jared Allen, Jared Darius Garland, Evan Mobley. Team Antetokounmpo is just Antetokounmpo brothers. Alex Antetokounmpo, Giannis, Giannis, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and uh, Thanos, um, Antetokounmpo. But yeah, I have the team Cavs winning because they have all around. They have guys at each spot who can do a little bit of everything. Evan Mobley is a all world center and power forward mix. Guy who can shoot, dribble, pass. Big, almost 7 foot guy. Jared Allen, 7 foot guy who can move, rim run. And then Darius Garland, first time All Star on Team LeBron. Uh, it's kind of funny. People are definitely looking into what LeBron said about Darius Garland and possibly going back to Cleveland. I don't think he will, but definitely, definitely can see them making some magic on the court All Star Weekend. Uh, yeah, man. Giannis, out of the three brothers, obviously he's the big, um, big all star for them. But hey, don't sleep on his brothers. They in the league for a reason. But yeah, 3 point contest. Honestly, I want Chicago's shooting guard Zach Levine to win this contest. Will be the first person ever to win both the dunk contest as well as the 3 point shootout. But I have Trey Young winning this. Hawks guard Ike Trey, um, former Oklahoma star. Uh, yeah, man. Uh, Trey Young, Ice Trey is one of the better shooters in the game. Um, a lot of comparisons to Steph Curry. I can definitely see him winning an All Star game this season. Let's see who are the other participants besides those two. Oh, Zach Levine, like I mentioned, Fred Bland Bleat as well. Desmond Bain, Caesar McCollum, sleeper pick, Big Cat, Carl Anthony Towns, Luke Kennard, and Patty Mills from the Brooklyn Nets. Hey man, solid weekend. Uh, NBA dunk contest participants. We had for my pick. I have Knicks power forward Obi Toppin, who I think is the most creative guy of this bunch. Guy, I think he beat it in last year's, if I'm not mistaken. Fact check me if I'm wrong. But yeah, man, guy who was explosive a couple seasons ago for Dayton. I remember him in the NCAA tournament being a uh, terror for the teams in the NCAA tournament. Scary guy who could dribble, pass, shoot the ball, and well, dunk obviously. Jalen Green, another guy who I think could possibly win this, has had some spectacular dunks this past season, which is his rookie season. So seeing a rookie win would be great too as well. Um, yeah, man, I see a bright future for Jalen Green in the Rockets. Things been a little tumultuous with losing James Harden and being bad, and the whole John Wall situation. Not want to play him because y'all looking to move him. Um, trade deadline's over. Why not play him? I get y'all don't want to be good, but sheesh, I'm pretty sure Kevin Porter Jr. Did not want to come over from the Hawks and play with him like this. So hey man, we'll see how it goes for the Rockets. But Cole Anthony of the Magic, another guy who's very explosive, college legend, out of North Carolina, could definitely do some great dunks. Um, One Total Scansy Anderson from the Golden State Warriors. Don't know much about him. I've seen his name a lot on 2K rosters. Um, Apparently he's a great dunker, so we'll see. He's probably my least favorite out of this group, but I do see OP Topic winning the game, winning this event. And then last but not least, Team LeBron versus Team Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is unfortunately not playing in this game. They had a great All Star draft. This time was very funny. Uh, but yeah, I have Team LeBron winning 156 to 145. Um, yeah, man, Team LeBron definitely has more depth in my opinion between both teams. But LeBron always drafts great teams, so no surprise. Um, Kevin Durant has Joel Embiid, John Morant, Jason Tatum, Andrew Wiggins, and Trey Young in his starting five. Um, with Lamelo Ball, Devin Booker, Rudy Gobert, Zach Levine, Chris Middleton, uh, Dejounte Murray, uh, Carl Anthony Towns, coming off the bench, Giannis, LeBron, Steph Curry. Those three names are the reason why I think they're going to win. That's After that, it doesn't matter who else playing. You got Debo next in the starting five, MVP candidate. Nikola Jokic, Nash's MVP. Yeah, four of your five starters are former MVPs. And Debo has a great chance. It depends on how Chicago ends up. in the standings and going looking like a championship team or not. Jay Allen, who replacing James Harden, um, is coming off the bench with Jimmy Butler, Luka Doncic, Jared Garland, guy I mentioned earlier from Team Cavs, Donovan Mitchell, Chris Paul, and Fred Blanbeat, Fred VanVleet. Um, but yeah, man, All Star Weekend is gonna be lit. Um, like I mentioned before, the skill challenge. I have the Cavs winning 3-point shootout. Trey Young, Obi Toppin winning the dunk contest, and Team LeBron winning the All Star game, which is the 71st All Star game to be exact. Um, of course, we're gonna see some legends this weekend. Um, I can't wait to go out there one day, go out to All Star Weekend one year and cover that game. It's gonna be fun to watch. If y'all would like to have a watch party with me, watch the game with your boy, uh, please hit me up in the comment section. We can, react to these games all together. Um, yeah, man. See y'all hopefully tomorrow and Sunday for the All Star Weekend, as well as my new mock draft, my post Super Bowl mock draft. Please don't forget to like, share, and comment to this video and all my videos, as well as subscribe to Title Town TV on Facebook and YouTube. Check me out on all your podcast services. I am out for the night. You guys have a good night.